I'm going to do the pre-qualifying script before I come over, because I want to make sure they answer my questions before I come over and I come prepared. Okay? Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, yes, may I speak to Mr. or Mrs. Villascusa?
Yes, this is Miss Villascusa.
Hi, how are you? This is Venny. I'm supposed to see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I just have a couple of real important questions to ask you. Do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, I have time.
Excellent, great. Now, regarding selling your home, are you planning on interviewing more than one agent for the job of selling it?
Yeah, we're talking to 2 other realtors.
Okay, so you are. Now, who are the other 2 realtors?
I don't know their names, but one's from a RE/MAX office, and then the other one's from another independent.
Okay, so you have a RE/MAX and an independent. Excellent. And what exactly are you looking for in the agent that you hire?
Well, we want somebody that's going to sell our house right away, very fast, and to get us what we need to get, our top dollar.
Okay, so you want someone that's going to sell it right away, real fast, and get you the most amount of money in your pocket, right?
Right.
Great, I'm excited about that. So tell me again, where are you moving to?
We're going to be moving to Downey.
Downey, okay. And how soon do you have to be there?
As soon as we sell this house, we're ready to go. So the sooner the better.
As soon as possible. What's taking you to Downey?
The school district. We like the school district, and we have family in the area.
Okay, so the schools, and you have family in the area. Good for you. And so when I see you tomorrow at 4, how much do you want to list your home for, realistically?
We're thinking about $420.
$420, okay. And as a professional real estate agent, I study homes and prices every day. Therefore, I'll assume that you'll list with me at the price that's going to cause it to sell, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the price you want to go below?
Well, we're going to stick to $420, and we think that that's the correct price.
$420, okay. And how much do you owe on your property?
We owe about $230.
You owe $230. Perfect. Do you have any equity lines of credit or second mortgage or anything else that I should know about?
No, that's
okay.
it.
So just $230. Okay. Have you ever thought of selling it yourself?
We thought about it, but we wouldn't know how to do that.
Okay, so good for you. So that's not an option, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, good. Now, will you help finance the home for the next buyer, or do you need your cash out?
No, Vinny, we're going to get all this money out to purchase our other home.
Okay, so you want cash out, good for you. Now, can you quickly describe your home for me?
Well, this is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath.
Mm-hmm.
We just did the roof 2 years ago.
Okay.
Brand new kitchen, and we painted the inside and the outside, and we just redid the carpets.
Okay. Excellent. Now, is there... have you upgraded plumbing? Have you upgraded electrical, windows, any of that?
We changed a few windows, but they're not all new windows.
Okay, so you've changed a few. Would you say half of them?
Yeah, about half of them.
Okay, so you've changed half of them. How long ago was that?
That was 2 years ago. When we did the roof, we also changed the windows.
Okay, so you updated the kitchen. Are the bathrooms upgraded?
No, they're not.
They're not upgraded. They're original?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, is there anything positive or negative about your home that could affect the price?
No, I mean, this home is a great home. We've lived here for a few years, and it's a great home. It's a great home, but we just need to get out of the area already.
Okay, it sounds like it's a great home, and it sounds like you're ready to go.
Yes.
Excellent. Sounds good. Now, do you have any questions for me before I come out?
Yeah, I wanted to go over the fee. What do you guys charge?
Okay, and it sounds like fee is very important. We're going to discuss that in my presentation when I come out tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and it sounds like you obviously want to put the most amount of money in your pocket. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Any other questions?
No, I'll have some questions when you get here.
Is there anything else that that you may want me to answer now?
No, I think we're okay.
Okay, sounds good. Now, just so you know, our meeting should take maybe 20, 25 minutes. And when I come over, it's important that you have a copy of your key and maybe your mortgage statement so that we have the exact balance of what you owe on your house. Okay?
Okay, yeah. We
Now,
have that.
look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Now, if what I say makes sense and you're 100% confident that I can sell your home, are you ready for me to list it when I come out tomorrow at 4?
Yeah, we would be ready.
You're ready. Excellent. I'm excited. We'll see you tomorrow at 4.
Sounds good, Venny. Thank you.
That's the most important thing. You want to come prepared for those questions, and that's by doing this script, you'll be prepared to have all your questions ready, answered, objection handlers, whatever it is you need to come prepared. So now we'll come to the appointment, and now she's probably going to bring up stuff that she didn't bring up here. So that's why it's important that you go through, the listing presentation. So, all right. So, knock, knock.
Hi, Venny, come on in.
Hi. Thank you both for having me over. I'm excited about. Nice to meet you, Joseph.
He just got out of work. He's a police officer.
Oh, he did? Oh, good for you. Police officer. Okay, great. What city?
Pico.
Pico, okay, local. Great. Now, thanks for having me over. I'm excited about getting your home on the market and getting it sold. Do you mind if I take a quick look at your home?
Let me show you around. There's
Actually, I appreciate you want to show me. Would you allow me to look on my own, kind of so that I can look as if a buyer was walking through your home? I'm sure you're going to show me all the features and benefits. I just kind of want to get a good look at how buyers are going to look at it. And it's very important that I look at it that way. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'll go through the house, come back, and they're usually standing. Do you mind if we sit over here at the kitchen table?
Yes, sure.
Great. Go ahead. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now, again, one of three things can happen tonight, okay? Number one is you'll have the opportunity to list your home with me, okay? Or number two, you may decide not to list your home with me, okay? Or number three, I may decide not to take the listing. And anyone is fine, okay? Now, at the end of my let's quickly go over the questions that we discussed over the phone, okay? Now, you said you're moving to Downey, right?
Yeah.
And you said you're looking to get $420 for the house?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you only owe $230, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you want to be there as soon as possible, right?
Yes.
And you also said that you wanted to be 100% cashed out. You need the money to buy the next, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, what's the reason you want to sell so fast?
Well, we want to sell very fast because we want to just settle in our new home in Downey. We kind of don't like this neighborhood that much anymore.
Okay, so you don't like the neighborhood as much.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, and we're going to get you there. You said the schools are the most important for you and to be closer to family, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Now, there are only two issues involved in selling real estate today. Now, the most important thing is your motivation to sell this home, and number two is the price we set on your home. Is that pretty clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now, I've prepared what's called a comparative market analysis. There are two parts to this research. Part one we call fantasy land, and that's what homeowners would like to get for their home. And then part two we call reality. That's what real estate agents like myself list and sell homes for. Okay? We're going to have to decide tonight where you're going to want to spend your time. Okay? All right, great.
Well, we kind of discussed the 420.
Yeah, you did. You did mention it. You did mention it. Sure. Now, the purpose of this comparative market analysis is to determine the value in your home from the eyes of a buyer. That's kind of why I wanted to walk through, kind of looking at it from the eyes of a buyer. Now, do you know how buyers determine value?
Well, how we came up with this price is we went around the neighborhood. We went to a few open houses. I went online, Zillow. Says it's 420. So that's how we determine the price.
Okay, that's how you determine value. Do you know how buyers determine value?
No.
You don't? Well, let me explain a little. Buyers determine value by comparison shopping. What they do is they go out in the neighborhood and they look at the houses that have recently sold, are currently on the market, and the ones that are pending in escrow. So that's kind of how they're going to be coming in here to look at your property. Now, for example, if you were going to buy a car, and you were going to buy a new car, you were going to buy a Mercedes, and you went to the dealer and they have the same car for $40,000 with, all the upgrades, the wheels, the whole shebang, everything, sunroof, for $40,000. That's a pretty good price, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if you went down the street and you found another dealer that had the exact same car with additional stuff like the cell phone, and they had, the Bose speakers, and it had the sunroof, it was a convertible, and all the extras. That's extras for the same price. Which would you consider?
The second one.
The second one, right?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it had more additional stuff.
It has more additional stuff, right? So you're getting more for your money, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Now, what if that first one had the same car that we first talked about for $30,000? Which would you buy then?
The less expensive one.
The less expensive one, right? It's obvious. And why is that?
Less expensive.
Less expensive. You're going to save money and you can do whatever you want with it, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how buyers determine value here in this market, looking at other homes and then comparing it to yours. Now, let's go ahead and go over the comps that we discussed. Now, your home is 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. How many square feet?
2,200.
2,211 to be exact. And your lot is 7203, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, here's a property very similar to yours. This one is... Are you familiar with this one on Rodeo? Have you seen that one?
We drove by it. We drove by
Okay, you
it.
might have seen it.
Yeah.
They had open house there. Now, this property recently sold, and look at when it sold. February 4th. Look how much it sold for. How much?
400.
400. Now look at how many bedrooms. That one's actually a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Okay? But the square footage, let's look at the square footage. We are, how much is that?
2,300.
2,300. So that one's actually bigger than yours, right?
Yeah.
And look, it sold and closed on February 4th, right?
But that one's at the corner. That one's at the corner, and that doesn't compare to ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that one's actually bigger than yours, and keep in mind it did sell in 7 days. So here's the second one, okay? The second one sold for $415, okay?
Getting closer.
That's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and look at how many square feet?
32. Almost
Oh, gosh,
63.
that's bigger.
2,200 square feet, so it's a little bit bigger than yours, okay? And that one sold for $415, but that one took, look, it took 45 days on the market to sell, okay? And look, they put it on the market back in December, and it took 45 days. They didn't put it in escrow until maybe mid-January. And you have to be out of here pretty quick, you said, right? I mean, like, you want to be out of here as soon as possible, is that correct?
Yeah, but they probably took that long because of the holidays. You know, Christmas, New Year's. Does that have something to do with it?
No, it really doesn't affect it, because buyers that are serious about looking for a house are always looking for a house. I know my clients, I was showing during the holidays. Now, were you thinking of selling during the holidays?
We thought about it, but we thought that it was going to be slow.
Yeah.
And you know, that's actually when you can get more money for your property. Did you know
really?
that?
During the holidays?
Yeah. Well, they did. Look, they sold for $415.
Yeah.
And look, that's bigger than yours, right? Okay, so now we're going to go look at this one. This one's over on 8th Avenue. Have you seen that one?
Yes, that
Okay.
one needed a lot of work.
Okay, well, it didn't need that much. I saw that one because someone in my office sold that one. Now, look how many square feet that was. Okay, yeah, it's a little smaller than yours. The lot's about the same size, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, and look, it sold for $348.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, that's way down there, huh?
Yeah, we wouldn't sell
Now,
it at that
now
price.
let's look at this one. This is the last one, okay? And this one sold for $385. This one closed, look, January 7th. So that means this one sold during the holidays. And look, 2,400 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, bigger than yours in square footage and 1 extra bedroom more than yours. And look at what it sold for.
385.
385 is right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my concern is that you're showing us prices that we weren't thinking about, you know, listing at that low.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. You already saw what the market is doing, and you see what they're selling for. After looking at this, what price do we have to price your house at to get the buyers to buy your house versus the competition?
Well, there was one that sold for $415.
It was bigger than yours too. Yeah. What price do you think?
Well, because we had the new roof and all that stuff, so I think that
Yeah.
goes for it too.
Well, you know, I'm glad you actually put the new roof, because we would have problems if it was leaking, especially if we had recent rains, you know. And so you pretty much have kept it up very well, right?
Yeah.
So what price do you feel we should put on it? I mean, to compete.
To compete? Well, I still think that if we put it at the price that we're looking at, $420, I think that we can get something. Well, what can you do to help us get that?
Well, one thing I won't do is make you overpay on the next house that we're going to move to. You don't want to overpay, right?
No.
Right. And I want you to consider that most buyers are not going to overpay either. And with everything that we do to sell your home should sell within the first 30 days.
Yeah, our
Okay.
home is going to sell right away.
Now, what if your home did not sell?
You have to get a transfer.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no, we want it to sell.
Right.
We want it to sell.
Right.
We want to move.
And you did mention that you would price it to allow it to sell, right? I mean,
So what are you
yeah.
thinking then?
You know what?
do you
Realistically,
suggest?
I'm gonna make two suggestions. I'm gonna make the fair market price, which is $399.9, okay? Or option number 2 is the fire sale to get you out of here to Downey at $375. You pick which of the two would you be happier with?
No,
Yeah.
not gonna sell it. We're not gonna give our house away.
Well, no, I'm not asking you to give it away, you know?
No.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I want to get you top dollar, but I want to be realistic because the last thing I want is to put it on the market and then it not sell like the one across the street that's been asking $420 for a while now, right?
Well, if we do a price reduction, how much are you going to be charging? We have to go over those fees too, because we care about our net.
Right.
What we're gonna
Actually, I only charge 3% as the listing agent. We have to pay the buyer's agent another 3% also. And just so you know, even out of that 3%, I don't own the company, so I actually have to split that with the broker owner. So I end up getting a fraction of that.
So it's 6%?
6% is a standard in our company, and with the industry, if you want to get top dollar now. Can I explain why?
Yeah. Explain
The
that.
reason why is if you want a lot of agents and we want everyone to come see your house, we got to pay a top fair commission, because if we reduce the commission, we're going to reduce potentially the offers that you get, the amount that you get on those offers, and the number of people that come look at your house. We don't want to do that. We definitely don't want to do that, right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not what you want
We're
to
going to
do.
be honest. We do have
Yeah.
2 other realtors that we're going to interview.
Sure.
One is his cousin. His
Okay.
cousin wants to sell it.
Okay.
And the other one is from Remax, and I think that they're going to charge like a 4 or 5%.
Ouch! They're going to do it for 4%?
Yeah, that means more money for us.
Does it really mean that, though? Can I explain why that would scare me if I was selling my house for someone that's going to do it for 4%?
Why?
Well, if that agent is willing to cut their commission, their own self-worth up front, what do you think they're going to do when it comes to negotiating your price and getting you the most amount of money if they can't do it for themselves?
True that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And that's probably the most important thing you should think about. Now, I've demonstrated that I can negotiate the best for you, haven't I?
Yeah, well,
Do you feel that I could sell it?
Yeah, but what are you going to do different than the other people that are going to charge 4%?
Well, see, there's a lot of things that I do different. First of all, is I explained to you the reality about selling it. And here's what's scary is someone's going to come and tell you your house is worth $430, and it's going to sit there and you're not going to move to Downey, and you may end up losing money if things change. And if the rates go up, and they have been over the last year or two, that's going to make it harder for people to qualify, and you'll get less offers and less people being able to qualify. And then you could potentially start chasing the market down. And they're going to end up coming back saying, hey, can we reduce it because it's not working? And
so you showed
not gonna
us
work.
the prices of the other homes, but what are you going to do to sell our house?
well, first of all, we put it in the multiple listing, which is what everyone else does, right? Well, we actually door knock. Just like I left my flyer here and you called me on the house I sold around the corner. Well, I sold that house in 7 days. Okay? And that's how we sell most of our properties. But in addition to that, we do open houses. Okay? I think coming to the neighborhood to talk to people every day is going to be more productive than sitting in your living room waiting for people to come. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the number one way. We have buyers lined up that may be interested in your house as soon as we put it on the market.
So you're going to do door knocking and open houses?
Open houses. It goes on about maybe 15 websites. It's going to be on our company website. I'm going to promote it on Friday's meeting. We are going to have a professional photographer come out here and take pictures of it, get it ready to sell it. I'm going to immediately start marketing it to my past clients and sphere of influence. I have about 2,500 people that will know about your house within seconds of me putting it on the market. That's what you want. You want someone who's going to expose it and bring you offers right away, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get this thing signed. Go ahead and sign the contract and we'll get
Well,
started.
I have a few questions here.
Here, you want to go ahead and sign? Here, hold on to that.
You're out of area. Our home is in Los Angeles and your office is in Pico Rivera?
You know what? I'm glad that you asked that. And let me tell you a little bit about that. It's not my office or the location that's going to sell your property. It's the activity. Like I sold the one around the corner in 7 days. So it's what I do that's going to bring the offers, and my experience that's going to bring the offers. So it doesn't really matter where my office is. I'm licensed to sell anywhere in the state of
Because I
California.
want somebody that knows this area. That's
7 days. Sold. You saw it, right? You got the postcard? Sold. Do you think I could sell this one too?
I think that you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Let's go
think
ahead and
so.
just get started. I want you to make the right decision. You don't want to lose money or time. Let's go ahead and get this signed.
Oh, you seem kind of pushy.
Go ahead.
You seem kind of pushy. I don't
And that's a
know.
good thing, because when we go to negotiate for you, I'm going to negotiate the best top dollar for you. And when we go to get the next house, I want you to know that I'm going to push and get the best price for you too. That's going to work both ways. I'm going to save you a lot of money in the long run, and that's what you want.
I think that we still need to discuss this.
Yeah,
'cause,
we need to
I
talk this
mean,
over.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then your cousin's gonna come over too
Yeah.
and take a look at it,
Yeah,
right?
Now, that's the one that's going to do it for 4%?
Yeah, he's family.
yeah.
Really? Now, you know, I have family in the business also, but before I got in real estate, I bought my house through someone else because these people were a little more experienced in my neighborhood. I have cousins that sell too, and I could have gone to them, but in reality, it was the best decision that I made because I picked the right person for the neighborhood that knows the area and with proven results.
Yeah. So Vinny,
Yeah.
if we put it at 400,000, are you gonna reduce the commission then to a 5?
No,
To-
I can't do that because, again, that would be like, well, let me ask you this. If I sell the house within 30 days, would you pay me 7%? That sounds fair, doesn't it? If I sell it within 30 days, I get 7%. And if I don't sell it within
I think that we'll stick to the 6% then.
I agree. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get
And
it
then
signed. 400.
How long do you have this listing for?
I think 6 months is plenty. Yeah.
It's gonna take you 6 months to sell it?
Oh no, I'm going to more than likely sell it at that price. We can sell it within the first 30 days. And here's the thing though, we may go into escrow and sometimes things cancel. They may cancel 2 weeks into the deal and then we have to start over again, and a few weeks later we put it back in escrow. So before you know it, 3 weeks might have gone by if that happens. But I'm going to prevent that from happening by cross pre-qualifying with our mortgage lenders to ensure that we get the right buyer in escrow, right?
I would like that.
Yes, yes, yes. But sometimes those people, they may lose their job. I mean, things happen that we have no control over, and deals do fall through. It happens. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
I think that we should be okay then.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Let's go ahead and sign here. You have a pen? Go ahead and
Yeah.
sign that one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.